today our journalists hung out on living television. And of course, today we have much trending issues to discuss with you. I'm happy that I'm surrounded by men who are very much capable to give you what you want and what you want to hear as per what is happening currently in Nigeria. My name is Mwagiri Chukujike, and just beside me is Chinedu Adelu. You're welcome.
Yeah, viewers, you're welcome to this wonderful edition, and Mr. Moderator, thank you.
And after Mr. Chinedu Adelu, we have Saint Mosubuna. Saint, how are you?
You're living, Saint.
I know you are leaving because you're talking.
Yes. Welcome, viewers.
All right, Eugene is here with us. Mr. Eugene, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I have Ozems Chimezie.
Thank you so much for having me on the program.
All right, without wasting any of our time, we want to go to the right place which we came for. Today on Nigeria Today, we have trending issues I want to discuss about. One of it is one of such as the statement by the Abia State Governor, where he says that he wouldn't leave those who perpetrated act at Omomozo unpunished. So I am looking at the people who were relocated from Ahel Dele down to this place, and it's not been too long, and they are getting this attack. Now the governor is saying that he wouldn't let them go unpunished. Are we looking at proactivity or activity on the part of the government? I want to talk to Mr. Ozems, Chief Minister Ozems.
Yeah, that unfortunate incident happened almost 1 week ago. And when the dust settled, 8 persons were killed while 20 cows were slaughtered. It was a bad beginning for the butchers and also for the cattle traders. Yes, government has said that they will do everything possible to apprehend the perpetrators. That has been said. And another thing is to ensure that that is done. When you consider what is happening in Nigeria today, you will certainly agree with me that it may not be possible to apprehend the people that carried out that attack. So, the governor has said what he should say as the chief security officer of the state, and another thing is to apprehend the perpetrators. Let us watch and see how that can be done when you consider events taking place in Nigeria today.
But you cannot categorically say that it will be impossible to apprehend.
I'm not saying that it is impossible.
Okay.
It's only time will tell whether they will be
The impossibility
arrested.
depends on the governor. If he's speaking assertively that he is going to deal with them, does he know them? Where do they come from?
Does the governor need to wait?
You can't say
Do we need to wait before that act was perpetrated before we know whether we can apprehend them or not?
No,
I
like
think
you said,
it is not the governor's duty. It is the security personnel's duty. If they are proactive, the moment the governor says, let those people move to Omomoso, the police need to know that there is a security duty to be performed. The military, the same, given the situation, the security situation in the country. They do not need to wait. I do not think they needed to wait for that act to be.
I also think that the governor and the chief security of the state, it would have been very easy and even better if we had said that they are going to mount their investigation searchlight to make sure that the perpetrators of that evil are fished out.
That is what he said.
But I'm thinking that
If that is what he said, I think it's
That's what he said.
there's an indictment on the intelligence gathering, on the part of the security agents in Nigeria, because some of the overseas, these things are fished out before they happen. I'm talking about being proactive. Our intelligence, the security agents need to beef up the intelligence, because this is why this is happening.
We have had a
There's
lot
a question
of.
I
We have
want
had
to ask.
previous attacks. There was an attack on Omoba police station, and where the police
Even
station
World Bank in
was.
Ababa,
These things are
World
planned
Bank-
out. They are planned.
It has
They are
been
planned
happening.
before execution.
Beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Good.
They are.
What was done after these attacks? If there is nothing that has been done after this attack, I don't think there will be anything done after that of Omomoso. If the government and the security agents have some plans to secure the people. I think they don't need to wait.
I'm also thinking that security, expands from creating a kind of a wall, okay, that demarcates that particular environment. Okay, I think these people were pushed there without the government making good preparations.
No,
The arrangement was very hasty.
No, they are working on that.
The arrangement was very hasty, and because of what happened, in fact, just like what happened in the Aba Abattoir, the Aba River Abattoir. And I also believe that because of that accidental event, the government also had to take that desperate measure to ensure that they were relocated. I am also too sure that as at the time of that relocation, it was not pre-planned, but because of that desperate, happenstances, that was what also led to that relocation.
Has the government given an ultimatum for this to leave Ayudele?
That has been done before.
So, if I may come in at this point, I remember that a few years ago, when Ozazumike was the Commissioner for Agriculture, he conducted what I may call a plebiscite, where the butchers overwhelmingly agreed that they will move over to Omomozo. But there was a lack of enforcement on the part of the government, because the butchers, they feel safe here, and they see Omomozo as a place that is on the outskirts of the urban center. So there was no will on the part of the government to ensure that they leave. Then when that accident happened, it was an opportunity for the government to say, look guys, it is time for you to move. But it was a hasty one. Government jumped into a hasty conclusion.
I always disagree with anybody who says that the government jumped into a hasty conclusion. We're talking about men, businessmen with money. All right? If government says you move, and you move, therefore you carry a bag of money and they ask the government to come and secure it.
St. Moses,
Listen.
We'll continue. We'll go for a short break now, and don't forget that this program is trending live on our YouTube page at Living Television, of course on our Twitter, and then on Facebook as well. You can also go to our website at www.livingtv.com or send us your comments or observation to our email at livingtv1@gmail.com. We're back in a jiffy. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back, my esteemed viewer. We are back on the program Nigeria Today on Living TV, a journalist rendezvous where we discuss trending issues. And of course, my people are here with me to continue the program. I have another one, St. Moses, sorry, I have to move on because of our time. Recently, the federal government, through the Ministry of Information, directed a film censor board to, tell film producers to avoid ritual content. I think that's a call in the right direction. What do you think?
It is.
Yes,
It is.
I don't think that is very right, because the Minister of Information, irrespective of the fact that I don't know him too well, should have first and foremost known what film making and acting is all about. If you talk about ritual making, we discussed such an issue here some time ago. The film making, they only show you what has been trending, what is happening. They bring out what people do in the secret, they throw it open. So film making is faking reality. So asking them to stop, they're exposing the ills in the society. They bring the ills of the society.
I don't agree with
They
you.
bring it before people.
I don't agree with you.
You are entitled to your
They are
disagreement.
giving the impression
So what I'm
that
saying in effect is that the federal government through Lai Mohammed, at the end of every film they show, if you see the way it ends, you will know what it stands for. That they're only telling the society that such things are evil and it's not worth doing. And there is no right-thinking persons that will want to go into this.
there is a need to watch the content of films. You cannot say because pornography happens in the dark, therefore the film industry should bring it out. What the film industry does is to bring out reality.
Most of the girls not naked on the street.
So what does that mean that the film industry should portray that? That is what the minister is saying. They have to look at the content of our films. If you look at Nigerian movie, the film today will show,
that is not what the minister said. That's not what the minister said. If you are listening very well.
The next film will bring a bigger shrine.
We have a censorship board.
Bring a shrine in the mountain.
But
so we can't continue like that.
I think at this point I'm on the same page with Professor Adiele. I still remember one soap opera in NTA. Now it has been rested, Mirror in the Sun. That is exactly what the Nigerian film industry people they are playing. They are a reflection of what is happening in the society. Yes, and when you watch all these films, there's something we call poetic justice.
Yes.
At the end of every film, you will see the consequences of engaging in crime.
Yes.
You will see the consequences of engaging in ritual killing. They will tell you, if you venture into this, look at the way you are going to end. And that is exactly what they are saying. But I think Lai Mohammed is being economical with the truth. That is not the cause of ritual killing, what we portray in our film industry. I have come to observe that there is a high level of ritual killing when we are close to an election year. And that is exactly what
that is what they should be. What about wrestling?
I don't think.
What about wrestling?
If you wrestling,
died right there on the spot.
Excuse me, if you wrestling, showing wrestling is even dangerous. The children.
That's what I'm saying. What do they? At the end of the wrestling, they will tell you, do not try this at home or in school.
Let's look at it this way. In a generation where we have youngsters who are not interested in living, how long they live, but how well did they live? Don't you think Lai Mohammed is making it?
He is making.
Lai Mohammed would have made a point if he had said, let's look at the content from the beginning and see what the content is talking about.
That's it.
You don't, because you have seen, the ritual aspect of
the
it.
film.
You just say, let's clamp it down.
What's the work of the censorship board?
You understand?
What the man was
Even if
saying
you
is
look
that-
at the Christian aspect of any film, the Christian films will bring out the demon.
Yes.
How the demon has possessed you and how you eventually were delivered.
Exactly.
You cannot just, because the problem with Lai Mohammed is that Lai Mohammed has not looked at the cost of why these children are going into rituals.
Maybe he wants to hear that from you.
Yes, because there is hardship, there is unemployment. The government, listen.
Does ritual make them rich?
The government has failed to do what they are supposed to do. If we have ritualists, the children, the minors who are going to ritual killings, we have security that is very proactive.
But do we have one ritual in reality?
That is it. That thing is fake. So these children go
can't say it's fake.
Just
say you are not part of it.
No, the
Don't
point
say
is
it's
fake.
fake.
The point
It's
is
not fake.
The point he made when you watch the film till the end. Nigerian films now, season 1, season 2, season 3. Some of the films these children watch, they don't watch it till the season 8, where the film will end. They just watch the one they see.
What is the duty of what's the duty of the censor board?
That is the thing that I say.
The censor board
Season one.
Listen, where are they?
Are you saying the
it?
censorship board they are doing nothing?
Nothing.
I said they are doing
No,
nothing.
that is where
They should look at the
come in.
season and
All right.
look at where they are shown.
Let's just start one story. I will round off. We're going to be very brief. We're just going to round off with it because of our time. And then that is about in Bayelsa State, people were killed out of port clash. In Abahia, we experienced that a few months ago. Okay. Now you see, it's before we send a child to school, for him to belong, to be part of the school society, he has to belong to a particular cult group. And these killings still happen. Even sometimes the people will think, most times we talk about the killings around, it is being perpetrated by these cultists. So I'm looking at what do you think the government needs to do to take our children off these cult groups that has gone beyond ordinary social enclave now to killing people?
Not just to cut you off. When I was in charge of ICPC program called National Anti-Corruption Volunteer Corps of ICPC, I passed around all the universities in Abia State because I was the Abia State director of that program. And majorly what we're doing, we at the end of 2 days lectures, after giving 2 days lecture, we will establish anti-corruption vanguard. When you talk about occultism, I think the government in almost all the states should, as a matter of fact, organize or have an agency, just like in NOAA. There was a time they involved me, the NOAA Abia State involved me to speak to Abia Poly students and tell them this cult they are talking about, how did it get started here? The Magnificent Seven, those of you who passed through the university will know how we started with Wallace Soyinka and the Magnificent Seven. And what was it? That man would not be a wolf, a fellow man. And it was majorly for those who are intelligent people.
No, that's not the issue now.
That's not the issue about cultism.
That's not the issue.
Let's not go to the analogy.
The analogy is just
The issue now is that the politicians are patronizing them.
Yes.
They are using them to make sure that they rig election, carry ballot boxes, make sure they intimidate the people, their opponents. If you look at what is happening at Boko Haram, Boko Haram will understand that it is the government that sponsored them, brought them in as alleged, brought them in, make sure they remove the particular government they didn't want. In the end, it was alleged that the government that brought them was unable
to not settle them.
No,
that's an allegation because Boko Haram is associated with
the reality. The cultists are now being armed. It's like we had a Yahoo boy.
You see that now being armed by who?
By the politicians. As election is coming now, you have weak people who know they cannot win the election.
So they create an unrest.
Excuse me, whether election is coming or not coming, these things have come to be with us. Cultism is there. Whether we have election or no election.
I don't think that what we are saying is because we are approaching another election.
No, nothing like that.
It has always been there.
Comes up in 2023. We are underestimating what is happening in Nigeria as a result of our cult activities. I want to tell you that Ndegro area, Ngwa Road area, have been taken over by cultists. And
they are road boys.
yes. And I think government should declare a state of emergency as far as cult activity is concerned. When you consider what they are doing,
What could be a solution?
And the people that
look at the solution. I think the panacea should be government should honestly address the issue of high rate poverty and also high rate unemployment.
It's not only government that it should do the. People,
it's not only government.
Yes, people should. The parents should come in.
I mean,
individuals should.
The government is coming in now. He has the government of the day has established inland security.
So,
They
but
have
the inland
established
basically
a badge
we
of-
need
No, we're looking at the
we need
route.
them, we need to internalize.
We now want the government to be proactive. That's what I'm saying. To be proactive. If you are a homeland security person, you should go deep down to
So
find out
what are the
these
works of
persons
the
are
homeland
doing.
security? What are the works of the homeland security?
What made somebody a court member by the first instance?
My
That's
people,
what
my
you should
people,
look
our
at.
time is up. Can we drop it
It's
here
very
for
simple to
today?
talk about the membership.
Our viewer will
At
going to
least,
be looking up
we were
with
there
you
before.
next week for another interesting edition of this particular program. It's been heated up. I wish we had all the time to discuss this. Trust us, next week we're coming up with some other things that are trending. Don't forget, like I told you earlier, to send us your feedback at livingtv1@gmail.com. Go to our Facebook page at Living Television, like and comment. Also on our Instagram, where this is trending live. Don't forget our website, where we have www.livingtv.com. That's livingtv.com. I am Margaret Chukujiki signing out for today. Hoping to see you next week. Bye.
Bye.